Hey, all right, so welcome to part two of the Trello tutorial. So what I wanted to touch on for this part, which is part two, is the filter and the menu option. So we've already created our board essentially, and here is what we're going to be looking at. So for instance, let's say Friday, we went ahead already in part one and selected how to set that up. So let's just go here. This is just a test. So you also have the opportunity to have a look at a calendar based on the things that you have scheduled. So hypothetically, I'm meeting with Sandy. I don't know who Sandy is, but say you wanted to go ahead and change the due date. And let's make the due date tomorrow, which is July 13th. So go ahead and save that, and that's going to be at noon, so save. All right, then save that here. So then you, of course, you see this right here where the due date is July 13th. So you go to the calendar and you see it here. And this is really great because if you like seeing things very visual and seeing exactly what you have allotted for each day, that option is also available to you as well. Let's go back. And you have the opportunity here when you look at the show menu to see what are the most recent activities that you have created. So if you worked on something 10 minutes ago or 15 minutes ago, you'll have the opportunity here just to go back and click on it here and see what it is. And also you can go ahead and add notes. So if you have a VA or you're outsourcing a lot of the things that you're working on, you have the opportunity to just go ahead and put some notes here. You could say, well, a few more tweaks, let's just put that as notes, right? And then you have the option of adding an attachment. So if it's a project where it's a collaborative project, you can go ahead and add an attachment or paste a link here so that someone who is working with you will have the option of seeing what it is. If you taken a screenshot or you have an additional file, you can go ahead and do that and then add comment there, right? Then you can go back now, so you can go ahead and close that off. And here's a really, really cool thing. When you hit on that little arrow that's facing down, you have the option of filtering cards. So remember in part one, I talked about how I use color codes. So you can go ahead and filter what is in green, and it says filtering on, and this is checked. So whatever is filtered in green, it's right here, and you will see filter is on. You can go ahead and uncheck that. Blue, I don't have anything in blue, but if there was, I would see it. And let's go to yellow. Whatever is in yellow is here. So you guys get the gist of that, right? So you can go ahead and uncheck that as well. And then you can see what's due in the next day. And there's nothing due in the next day. The next week, due in the next month, overdue, etc. So you can go back so that it's kind of tight lining your organization. And if there's something that kind of fell off your radar, you have the opportunity here to just go and filter it. All right. Then you can go back here as well. You have stickers. I don't use much of the stickers, but if that's something that you want to use, you have that option as well. You can go to archive items and you can see what are your archive items as well. Email to board settings. So you have the option here to add your cards via email. So if you're on the go and you might not have the opportunity to come on Trello, and there is an app for it, but this is just another opportunity for you to just really be organized. And if you have like an email address like I do, that I keep a lot of business related things all organized there, then you have that option as well there, and you can go ahead and, as like we talked about before, selecting the card, like the listing here, and the position as well. So, and it says here, do not share this email address. Anyone who has it can add cards as you. So yeah, so this email address here is something that you would like to keep, so you can go ahead and use that option as well. Subscribe, subscribe when it says that here, that subscribe is on, and so on. And you can go ahead and look at all these other options as well. And add members, you can go ahead and put that person's email address and add them to the specific project that you're working on. So that pretty much wraps up part 2 of this Trello training. Talk to you soon.